And so as we do that, you might want to utilize a chair or blocks. So I just have them nearby and I'll show you how to do things. We're also going to work on ultimately getting to the standing crossbow. And we'll do it kneeling, which we have done before. So we get to have a little practice. So I'm glad that you're here. And so as we come to Samastiti, and hopefully my volume is all good here on this thing. My volume good, Sally? It looks like the volume's good. All right. So we'll see how this is over here. So I am sitting in Samastiti. I come to the moment to be present, to be mindful, to be aware of my body and how it's feeling today, knowing when to go larger and when to retreat smaller, using that third eye chakra. So sitting, pelvic floor engaged, the drawing in of the belly, the relaxing of the neck and the shoulders, the lifting through the crown of the head, and whether you want support for your back, or if you put your hands here, or if you use a mudra gesture, just take a few moments to lower or close the eyes and come into your breath. So we use the breath as a focus point to help bring us into the moment and away from distractions. It also gives us awareness that maybe we're congested. Like I already had my whole sneezing thing this morning. And so if you need to use your mouth to breathe from, that would be okay. So we're going to open our eyes and start with a little panting breath or a little fire breath, usually done in chair pose, but we're going to put a hand on the belly and you want to feel your belly moving and open the mouth so it'll look and sound like this. Maybe I'll come a little closer. I'll bring you a little closer. So that's the intention. Go ahead and practice your yoga fire breath as I scoot you up a little closer to me. So I do that yoga fire breath and then I pause and come back to a natural breath. And then go ahead and try it again because this may make you a little lightheaded. So a little. And then back to your natural breath and maybe one more time. And then relax. And then notice how you feel. It may have made you a little dizzy taking in all that oxygen. So just a few natural breaths and with your eyes open, let your head turn, drop, bow, turn the other way, and look forward. Let's go the other side. Look, drop your head, bow in the center, look the other way, and back center. How are things feeling? Go gently once more each way. Looking, dropping, bowing, other side, lifting, and once more to your other side. And then allow the head drop from side to side. Now for this one, if your hands are up, I might want to say, hold on to your legs and lean back a little bit, and you'll get a little more opening in those, what's called the upper traps, your levators. Feel free to stay on one side if you need that. And then come center, bringing the hands behind you. I'm going to switch the orientation of my legs, but you be you. Lean back, and I'll just lift up that chest and pull my shoulders back, and then let my shoulders go forward. Just getting awareness of where my stiffness might be so that I can better improve through my shoulders, through my neck, through my upper back. And then coming center, using my hands and rocking myself up into that seated position. Letting the arms stretch to the side, lifting the arms up, joining the palms together, cultivating our attitude of gratitude. Lifting the arms, opening and touching them down to the earth. So we connect to the earth. And then we breathe in and lift to the sky and draw down into ourselves, into our being. Breathing in, the arms lift towards sky. Exhale, connect to the earth. Breath in again, reach to the sky, joining the palms and connecting yourself into the earth and the sky. Couple more. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Stay strong in your bandhas to support your back. And pause right here. Let the hands come behind so you can rest on them. I might turn sideways so you can see that I'm now going to extend the legs forward and just kind of shake them out a little bit. And my feet are not together, and you can lean back on the hands, make yourself comfortable. If you're sitting on a blanket or a pillow and you want to sit more upright, that's okay. So I'm going to look down at my feet and pull my toes back and stretch them forward. So when I cross the ankles, I kind of cut off the circulation to my lower limbs. So I'm going to bring that back. Maybe I'll do one foot at a time. Maybe some circles in opposition or simultaneously changing the direction of that circle. And then folding those legs into Bandha Konasana. Again, leaning back a little bit rather than here. It'll make it a little more expansive on your hips. So my hips falling open, lifting up my chest. And then I'll let my shoulders come forward and my knees come up. Then open up like a butterfly. And then round over. And come up. And round over. And come up. Cross the legs once more as I turn to face you again. We're going to be leaning from side to side. So sitting nice and tall, perhaps on a blanket or pillow, fingers lightly touching the ground. Release right arm as you're facing me. And then just wave. And then switch hands. So we ground on the other hand. And then wave. Find your breath connecting. And so as you do this arm to arm, side to side business, does it feel the same on both sides? Is a question you may want to consider. Is there more range of motion on one side than there is on the other? How is your back participating in this? So I'm going to create now some circles. When the arm comes around, it'll circle in front. And circle in front. Now, sometimes there's popping and cracking. It shouldn't hurt. Find your breath. Once more, each arm. Okay, let's open right leg out to the side. And then kind of rock back and forth so you get a sense of both of your pelvic bones. And then this may already start to pull a little bit on the extended leg. So hands behind, again, help you sit upright. Release up, same arm as leg. As the hip comes up, reach across to the short end of the mat, come back, and then drop that hip down. So the hip raises, you're sitting on the other hip, and you rotate and you lower. Lift and rotate and back in. Uddiyana action, very important here. And in preparation for the sidearm balance, I'm going to sweep up on my shin, not so much on my knee, and sweep all the way up and come all the way back down. Let's do that a few more times. Reach and sweep all the way up and come all the way back down. And last time up and down. Switch in the legs. I'm going to do a little assist here. You see me rocking, kind of finding that proper placement on both my pelvis, not listing off to the side. Accommodate for any knees. So again, the hip lifts on the extended leg as you sit on the other hip. You notice I did that kind of slowly to begin with, reaching and sweeping across. Notice how this is feeling through your hip and your low back and their special relationship. Now the reach and sweep up. I don't feel pressure in my knee. I reach and sweep up and come back down. Little pull in my pecs. I think once more. And this time I'm going to come and sit with my legs wide. And again, sitting on a blanket or pillow can be very helpful for this position. Not usually done this early in our practice. So the hands are behind again. Use the hands to make yourself more comfortable. And then you can always move your buns away to find that better placement on your pelvis. So working with my feet, going back and forth. So now I'll do that side to side business I did earlier in Sukhasana. So let your feet remain active. Keep the left hand behind you as the right arm reaches over and back. And then take in a different feeling than we did with our legs crossed. Make sure your hip is staying down on the opposite side. And last one. So go ahead and pick up your right leg and you're going to lay down on your side. Now, I don't know your orientation for viewing, but get on the long end of the mat and then position shoulder elbow and bring the knees forward. Now, this will be something we do later in standing and kneeling, but right now I'm just going to get my thigh prepared as I slide the hand down my thigh, over my knee, and onto my ankle. Then I rest my leg into my hand so it's weighted. And then as I pull my heel back toward my bum, I lean forward and hold the heel toward my bum. Keep pulling that top leg back with weight in it. So you should feel this through your thigh and up into your hip flexor. This will help for later. And then I'll release it back. I'm going to turn to the other side. You can flip over, whatever works best for your orientation. So I do want to be proper on my shoulder, knees are forward, lift up the top leg, slide it down till I get my ankle, bringing my heel as best I can to my bum. Heavy, heavy top leg. As that heel turns toward the bum, you lean forward, the thigh goes back. And we come forward. Now we're going to sit on facing the short end of the mat on a pillow blanket or just on your bum. Use the fingers behind to lift the spine. My legs are straight and feet are active. If you feel you can do full staff pose, that means the hands come down by the side, pressing down, straight elbows, not bent elbows, shoulders down as well. If that feels a bit much for your back, move the hands back or use them in another fashion. So now look toward those active feet. Feel that you're kind of holding a pillow between the knees. Activate the bandhas and take a few breaths. I feel that my thighs are pressing down. All righty, one more breath. We come out of that moment by tucking in the knees and then rounding myself forward, gently bowing my head. Okay, over onto my hands and knees. I've changed. So if you need extra padding, you can provide that either through the mat or something else. If you say, oh, hands and knees, Karen, I don't do that, then I'm going to suggest that you stand up. And the things that we do standing up, you can do with the help of a chair. It would be kind of this as we do cats and cows. And then as we reach up in the bird dog and then reach to the crossbow. So if you'd rather not be on your knees, there definitely is a workaround by using the seat of a chair, or maybe you have something closer by. I'm going to go down on my knees. Knees are under the pelvis. Hands, palms, or knuckles are under your shoulders. And remember, my focus is more outward than head dropping downward. So imagine that you're sitting and everything that you would do in that seated position should apply here. Bandhas, breath. And now move into your cats and cows, dropping the tailbone and bowing the head and drawing the belly up. Strong exhalation. Inhaling, lifting the tailbone, drawing the shoulders down, looking outward or slightly upward. Inhale. Move on your own breath. Sometimes modifications and extension are necessary for back issues, so that's okay as long as you're maybe coming at least to a neutral position without overarching. Find your way back to neutral, separate your knees, back up toward child's pose to take your weight off your hands, or puppy dog if that's the better option. Okay, so we come up for bird dog. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Let's do right arm, left leg as it slides away in opposition. Dropping the hip on the extended leg as it tends to open up a bit. So think of this hip pointing toward the mat. And come back to all fours. Neutral, neutral, neutral. Left arm, right leg, and breathe. And return. Once more, bird dog, right arm, left leg, push and reach and lengthen. And come back. You do feel your glutes squeezing. And left arm, right leg. And back to child's pose or puppy dog as you wish. Okay, as you come up, we're moving into the kneeling crossbow. So extend your left leg and then bend the knee. And if you need to, you kind of tip it over so it's coming across your bottom leg a little bit. Now take the right arm and reach back until perhaps you find that foot. So my knee came down to my foot, and now I've got my other foot in my hand. Otherwise, you grab it. And then as that foot kicks away like a bow, you've crossed it over. So it's right arm holding left foot, kicking into crossbow. Go back to your bird dog and come back home. Let's try the other side. And for this one, I'm going to demonstrate from the chair, but we all do the same thing. So you pick up the right leg, cross it over, reach back with your left arm, find that foot, bring it back behind you as best you can, kick. Now, because I'm on the chair, I'm not going to be reaching with the right arm. So this is my option. And release. And come back. Child's pose. As you come up into kneeling pose, this is our gate pose. So let's turn and face the long end of the mat. For those who say, I don't want to be on the knees, that's okay. You use the chair, and you need to position the chair so that you can hold the back of it. You'll use the leg closest to it, and you're going to put your leg up. So this way you're safe. If you need to get out of it, you can get out of it. For those of us on the mat, we put the leg out. Now, some people prefer the foot forward or up. I leave it to you. Some people are fussy about it. I'm not so fussy. Left hand on left thigh or holding the back of the chair. Right arm lifts the spine. So you're lifting, and just hold here. Feel for as much energy as you're grounded into your shin, not just your knee, equal energy going skyward. And then letting that hand on the chair or on the leg slide. So you're making a gate. Now you continue to hold this gate pose. And then here's the chair option. It's just always good to have some options, methinks. Try not to cover your face or to collapse in. Think of open chest. Now, as you come back up, if your foot is on the chair, go ahead, bend the knee as we bend the knee on the floor. So this high hand is going to lift and turn and reach back as if you're trying to tap something behind you. And then drop the arm down. Raise the arm up again. Get very, very tall first, and then turn and reach behind you. Let's do it one more time, and I'll show from the chair. Reach all the way up, and then turn and reach the mantle behind you. And let the arm drop. Okay, those of you on the knees, come down on both knees. If you're using the chair on the other side, you can turn your back to me or you can move the chair, whatever whatever works for you. So we get to gate pose, foot forward or open. My weight is distributed on my shin. The extended leg has the palm up. I begin from Mula Bandha, Uddiyana action, lifting my spine, and then reaching through my arm. So it's not just my arm goes up, everything goes up. And this may feel different on this side. So let's see how it goes. As you're lifting up, the other arm slides down. So you're not thinking of going over, you're thinking of going up, but because this arm is going down, you feel like you're going over. Not collapsing, open up. Find your breath. As you raise the arm up, staying nice and tall, bend in this leg and go up and around, and then drop the arm. Taking your time to experience lifting and then gently turning in the presence of your breath. And release. Now we're all going to come and stand up. Try not to use your hands. There you go. So if you're going to use the chair, you can turn it toward the end. I'll probably not use the chair. So we're going to go through a flow. It'll be inhale, lift arms, bring them to our heart, move into a chair, not bent over, but dropping into a low chair pose, bringing the hands to the floor, stepping back in a down dog, three-legged dog, knee in, downward dog, three-legged dog, knee in, downward dog, and so it goes. All right, so you can be at the chair using, when your hands come down instead of on the floor, they'll go to the chair. I'll be at this end, putting my hands on the floor. Tadasana, mountain pose. So you should feel a little more open. Let's move forward. Breath in, the arms up, palms come together, hands at the heart, find a chair. Continue with your hands down to the floor, onto the seat of a chair. Now step back into downward dog. Perhaps this dog would be best done with knees bent, but the arms are straight. Come to a plank position and gaze forward. Back to a down dog. You're adjusting your feet to make coming into the plank a second time a little easier. Watch the hips don't drop. And back to down dog. So right leg up, three-legged dog. Down dog. Into plank. Down dog. Left leg, three-legged dog. Down dog. Into a plank. Down dog. Three-legged dog, right leg. Right knee, right elbow, look forward. Down dog. Plank. Down dog. Left leg goes up when you breathe in, three-legged dog. Left knee, left elbow, look forward. Down dog. Plank. Down dog. Right leg, three-legged dog. Right knee bends and comes forward onto the mat behind the right hand. Drop your left heel, lean on the right hand, and open up your left arm above. Now reach it toward your head so the arm comes to your ear. Release the left hand down, down dog. Left leg, three-legged dog. Bend the knee forward, put it behind your left hand, and drop your right heel. Release your right arm up toward the sky. Reach the right arm towards your head. Release the hand back to the floor, downward dog. Plank position. Bend the knees and take a moment in child's pose. So even if you're on the chair, you can bring your hands and head down to the floor. Make your way back to downward dog. Raise your heels when you breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward, breathe out. Go back to downward dog, raise your heels. Bend your knees, look forward. Straight legs, heels up. Bent knees, look forward. Now walkers, step your feet up to where your hands are. Put the hands on or around your calves. Lay the body on your thigh and then bow over. Release the arms, coming all the way up. Check in with blood pressure. Join the palms together. Put the hands at the heart. Sit in a chair. Now you can do either leg so that it makes it easier for you to watch. Stand on one leg, lean forward, take the other leg back, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle into high lunge or crescent pose. As you bring your chest up, the legs stay the same as when you bring your chest forward. So this is not me straightening the leg and bending the knee because that would make it wobbly. Stay grounded. So as you come up, consider the arms in front or over your head. And then when you lean forward, hands at your heart on your thigh or touch the floor. So going up and going down and going up and going down and going up and going down. Last time, stay up, bring the hands to the heart, step the back foot up, stand in Tadasana. Breathe. Chair pose. Lean forward. Now the other leg is going to step back to the high lunge. You're at hip distance. Do you see I take a little extra wiggle and then track the front knee? So the body goes here and here with the option of arms out or overhead. One more down, one more up. Bring your hands into your heart. Step forward. Tadasana. Standing crossbow. So this will be a standing balance where you bend the knees, lean forward, grab your knee. As you grab the knee, the heel goes back and you lean forward. So you grab the opposite leg and then you kick into the crossbow. Now, if you're using a chair or move to a wall, you do this. grab a foot, you have the chair, you kick, you hold it, or you release from it. So whatever you might need to steady yourself, I'll try it without. Hands at heart. You're where you need to be. Okay. So a chair pose, lean forward. Now the leg that's going to come up is going to be grabbed by the opposite arm. So as you grab that leg, and then you kick it back like the bird dog, crossbow. As you slowly release, bringing the hands together and standing in Tadasana. Now I haven't addressed the arms, so you just grab how you can grab. Chair pose, lean forward, opposite arm reaches back, grabs the opposite leg. If you're holding on to something, that other hand has something to do. Then as you kick the foot into the hand and to reach yourself out. Return back center and stand in Tadasana. So let's try it again. I'm going to show with the chair this time. Chair pose. And you can stabilize yourself as you grab that foot. Now watch what I do with the hand. It's like someone's behind me and I'm going to shake hands with them. The thumb goes up, the palm faces away. I grab my foot. I kick into the hand. I hold on to the chair, or I lean forward and let go of the chair. Releasing, bending both knees, hands to your heart. Recenter, bend the knees. Other hand grabs the other foot. Now for proper placement, I reach back as if shaking hands. My thumb is up, my palm is in. I kick into the hand. I either hold on or release. Return back center, hands at heart, stand in Tadasana. Okay, come back to your mat if you wandered away, face on the long end and put your feet astride. So let me tell you before you bend over, because you might not be able to see, I'm going to go over and I'm going to walk my hands forward of the mat. I'll leave one arm. So let's just say the right arm is down. The left arm reaches underneath. I look under my arm, and then my left hand will either grab at my knee, my ankle, or my shin. And then I use that hand to create this twist. Because, you know, the collarbone, if this drops, this goes back. And then I end up looking under my arm. So you should be able to walk your hands not too far out. There's not a whole lot of weight on the hands. Mula Bandha, Mula Bandha. Feet are parallel. Hands at your side. Lift the heart as you breathe in. Exhale, slide the hands down. Reach the hands forward on the floor. And then pause there so you're on the tips of the fingers. Release your left arm, dive under the right arm, look under your right arm, and grab toward the right leg. Releasing the left arm, you're back with your hands in front of you on the fingertips. Now release your right arm under your left arm, look under your arm up toward the ceiling, and then grab your left leg with your right hand. Come back on the fingertips. Let's try that again. Your left hand goes under your right arm. The body turns so that you can look upward. Use that hand on the leg to help pull you. And release. Once more with the right hand under the left arm. Look under that arm. Grab hold of the leg. Oh, yes. As you return center, walk the hands back. Bend in toward the right knee as the right knee turns toward the short end of the mat. So my foot has turned out. Go ahead and rest on your right elbow as the left arm reaches out, side angle pose. If you don't need that hand to rest on, put it inside your bottom leg. Bring the hand down in front, turn that right foot forward, walk your hands toward your left foot as it now turns to face the short end of the mat, placing your left arm on your thigh, reaching your right arm up by your ear. You can stay on that hand or release it down. Release the hands in front, turn your toes forward, walk over. Once again, turn the right foot, rest on the knee or leave the hand as you open into side angle. Once more, other side, turn all toes forward, then turn the left to the end, and then open up side angle. Returning center, walk your feet toward one another. Put the hands on the thighs. Roll through your spine as you make your way up carefully, addressing blood pressure, stepping into Tadasana. And take a few sweet breaths. Nice. So we're going to set up for some fish pose. And you'll probably want 2 blocks. And if you don't have blocks, you can do this with pillows. So I'll take my blocks, and I have one on the high side and one on the low side. So here's my low guy, there's my high guy. So I come down, I want this to be on my shoulders, and I want my head to be on this one. So I may want to move this one eventually. So as I come down, I feel this is on my shoulders. And then, oh, ponytail placement. My ponytail placement. So my knees are bent right now. So see if you can get that comfortably in the upper back, not your lower back. And if you have a pillow here, it's the same thing. Just roll up the pillow or the blanket, and then you have the block this way. Now you can turn it for those who have a little more through their neck so that instead of this way, it's this way, and then ultimately that way. So wherever you feel you can. Let's see, this one's good too. So I've come down a rung and my knees are bent still. And then if you wanted to take the lower one, you flip it to its lowest side, and then you put your head on so wherever it feels appropriate for you. Once you have the support, you extend your legs and squeeze them together. So you feel that arch in your back, that opening in your chest, and the palms are open. Modified fish pose. Slow your breath. Squeeze the pillow between the legs as the legs are squeezing together, and let the hands rise, palms facing toward one another. Let the arms reach back over your head. Careful on your shoulders. The palms will turn up, and for some, most of us, they're just going to suspend or float. This should not be painful. If you need to bend the elbows, you can modify by bending the elbows as you wish. Let's all bend the elbows in transition. As the hands come up, the arms fall down by your side. Bend the knees in again. Use your hands to bring your head up. And from here, you either continue sitting up, or if it's better, roll to your side, or you just keep sitting up. Give you a moment. So that's our modified fish. Next week, if I remember, we'll do the full fish, but you'll know how to modify. Okay, blocks off. You're going to stay on the long end of the mat, but I'll turn around. So this one will be your upper body as you lay yourself down. Coming up as one leg extends out. Check that your chin is not pulling into your chest because you're pulling on your neck. And then head goes back but does not touch the floor. So my head always is cradled in my hands. My elbows are not hanging back, nor are they pulling forward. So I really have support and extra heavy weight. Then my other leg extends out as I lift. So I'm able to keep looking over my knees. Let the pattern begin. Now, if you wanted to take one opposite arm and reach toward the foot, everything is done slowly and mindfully. The higher the leg comes up, the easier it is. So you want that leg that's lifting to reach out. Let the head come down. Let the knees move in. Hold the knees together. Hands can be by your side or behind your head, but your head is resting on them. And you're going to let both legs go up. Then one leg will split and come back. Then the other leg will split and come back. Don't forget your breath. So I'm going to try two legs at the same time. That might not be appropriate for you, so you can just keep alternating the legs. Notice how this feels for your back. It should not be lifting and lowering off the floor. It should remain the same. Use your breath. Exhale when the legs go down. Inhale when the legs come up. So next time, reclined Bandha Konasana. That means the bottom of the feet came together. My knees are open. My elbows are pushing them open. As I move into a straddle, you may want the hands at the inside of your thighs, out on your calves, or you may be the person who can grab your big toe in a 2-finger lock and separate the legs. Maintain your tailbone down. They sometimes like to come up for easier grip, so go with the grip that allows for the tailbone down and the legs to be completely straight. So you're going to drop to one side. It won't matter. As you drop to the one side, let top leg come down all the way until both legs are touching. And you're going to have to push that top hip up to make the inner edges of your feet seal together. Leave the bottom arm down, lift the top arm up. Watch the top arm as it goes behind you. Stay in that twist, but bend your knees. Now you may have found that top arm had a little more depth in it to fall toward the floor. Lift the top leg, roll to your back as you lift the bottom leg, and hug the legs in. So we'll go through that again. I have to turn because I have a fireplace here. If you have a wall or something, you too may need to turn. So back to Bandha Konasana. Grab the ankles, the inner thighs, the toes, wherever it's available for that full extension of the leg and dropping of the tailbone. You should feel there's a little space under your low back. Good time to go into your breath. So is that you're going to drop the other way than you went before. And as you let go, the top leg falls down to the bottom leg. Inner edges of the feet seal together so that hip is forward. Bottom arm remains down, top arm floats up, and let it go behind. Gently bend the knees. Should feel a little change in there. Raise the top leg. Raise the bottom leg as you roll to your back. So we come onto our bellies. Either way that works for you. I'm going to extend my legs and flip over to do my Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders, traditionally tops of the feet pressing down. If this is bothersome to your back, move your elbows forward. Shoulders away from your ears, belly button up. Don't over squeeze your tush. So let's slide your left arm forward. Use your right hand as a pillow as you turn your head to look toward the right shoulder. Raise your right leg, bend the knee, and let it drop behind you. Now, That didn't work, so I have to scoot over. So your foot should come down. Lift the knee, come back, lift the head, slide your elbow in. Now the other side is going to be much easier for me. Slide the right arm forward, make a pillow out of your left hand, look to your left shoulder, raise your left leg, roll towards your right arm, roll back onto your belly, lift your head, and come back center. So I'm going to sit up. You're going to stay on your belly a little longer. So we're going to take the arms and position them inward. So you say one arm over here, and they're just going to keep going. And then I'll let my head drop down. Now they're not up here and they're not down here. They're going to be right across your chest. So as I reposition like you, here are my arms folded across, one in front of the other. One hand is pulling toward one long end of the mat. The other hand is pulling the other. And then my head will hang between. Slowly release your head and then draw the elbows up. Now switch the orientation. Now you have the other arm in front. One arm goes one way, one arm goes the other. Once you've gone as far as you can, bow the head. Slowly lift your head and walk your elbows back, coming up onto your hands and knees and into a child's pose. Puppy dog if you prefer. Move your hands in front of you and together. Pull the right hand in so it's looking up at your face. Slide the right hand under your left arm. Look under your left arm. We did this standing, right? Slide the arm back in, both arms go out. Leave the other arm forward as you pull the other hand in, palm up. Slide it under your shoulder. Slide your hand back. This is where I do my bendy toes. So if you were not the person, and I wasn't for a while there, that can turn the toes under, gently walk back, accommodating for knees. Now, if you say, I don't want to do that on my knees, again, the chair will be a useful tool for you. So you rest on the seat of the chair. That's where most of your balance is. And then you get up on the ball of the feet. This is for our bendy toes, which I'm fond of doing. And I know there are feet issues, just like there's all kinds of different issues. But feet are important and they often get overlooked until there is an issue. Okay, so take a seat, perhaps in the chair, perhaps back on the mat. Place yourself so you can get one of your feet and just give it a little warm up. And if you have to put some socks on, you can put some socks on right now. So you notice how those feet are feeling. And then sometimes we take our fingers and thread them through our toes. It can be very uncomfortable, but right now, maybe just kind of warm up your feet and put socks on. So when you get to Shavasana, you're feeling a little more comfortable. Yeah. Okay, after you've done one foot, then you can do the other foot. And how you get that foot doesn't matter. You can sit in a chair, bring a little warmth and love to your phalanges. Okay, once we're here, you in the chair, come down on the mat, put your hands behind you and your knees are bent. It's okay if you still have your socks on. This is where we're dropping our knees side to side. And you know, we usually do this early in our practice, and notice how fluid and how easy it feels now for your shoulders and your back. Now I'm letting my feet slip side, but you can keep the inner edges of the feet together. Maybe usually you can't do that, but now you can. And Bandha Konasana. So if you have that blanket or towel and you want to come sit on it, where your feet are placed is up to you. So like the feet further, the feet closer, get nice and tall, begin that forward fold by hinging, and then surrender, Uttanasana. Again, this is done usually as part of our warm-up, but maybe you have more mobility to go a little lower now. Slowly begin rolling your spine up. Feel free to sit as you are or a little more cross-legged. I'm going to lace the fingers. If this doesn't work, stack the hands. Turn the palms outward. Now, this is not hard and stiff, so gently press the hands forward. Maybe if I turn to my side, you could see that I'm not like cracking my knuckles. My hands are very soft as I press my hands forward. And then bow my head and broaden through the upper back. Raise the hands up and then put the hands behind the head and lean my head into my hands. Release one arm. It won't matter. As you fall onto that arm, stretch the arm up. Put the hand behind the head, push yourself back up. Replace the hands, lift up your chest. Bring your head center, release the other hand, lean over. A little easier? No? Same. This time as you come up, release both hands, wrap the arms around and give yourself an embrace. And now position yourself for Shavasana. So that could mean a blanket because my temperature has come down. So as you lay yourself down onto your mat, finding yourself coming into that calm place, this important place that I always like to go to, but never have time for myself. So you lay on your mat and you come to relaxation. And as you're relaxing, you feel the weight of your head, the weight of your shoulders, the hips are heavy. Slow your breath. Heavy body, relaxed mind. A few moments in this calm until the singing bowl welcomes you back. And so as you deepen your breath and wiggle your fingers and toes to awaken the body, and yet remain in that quiet space so you can hear the words for our saying today. Henry David Thoreau said, "Things do not change, we change. In many ways, the world is always only what it is, good and bad. It doesn't change. What changes is the way we look at the world, the way we choose to interact with it. Recognizing this gives us amazing power. If we can change ourselves, and we can change our relationship with the world. It's a simple thing to remember. I can change, and when I change, so do my circumstances." So whether you find a bit of truth to that or not, I'm glad that you made some time for your yoga practice today, and I hope to see you again sometime. So as you reach up and take a breath in, join the palms, and with the hands at heart, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.